newspaper publisher William Randolph Hearst to win $10,000 in cash if you were a contestant on Hitman. And now, here's the host of Hitman, Peter Tamarkin.
Thank you. Hi, and welcome to Hitman. Oh, we're going to have fun today. And as usual, we're all going to become experts on 2 more subjects. Because as you know, this is a quiz show, and we're going to give you all the answers before we get to any of the questions. But before we even do that, let's meet the contestants who are going to actually play our game. And here they are, starting with Patricia. Hi, Patricia. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Patricia Jackson. I was raised in Houston, but I now live in New York. I am a dance teacher, and I enjoy calligraphy.
That's when you write very nice handwriting. That's tough to do.
That's right. It is. It takes a lot of practice.
Okay, good. Nice to have you on Hitman.
Thank you.
All right, and let's meet our second player, Fred. How are you, Fred?
Hi, I'm Fred Dorsett. I'm also originally from Texas. I played professional football. I am a bookseller, but I collect and sell rare books, and I enjoy writing poetry.
Professional football?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, during the strike, when the strike was on, did you think about maybe going back?
Not a chance.
Right. And let's meet our third player, Patty. Hi, Patty.
Hi, I'm Patty Hollow. I'm a makeup artist. I'm married with 3 children, and I am currently spending a whole lot of time trying to teach my parrot how to say hello.
Oh, well, that's what they did to me. They taught me, and a parrot, if you can teach your parrot how to say hello, he can be a game show host in your place.
True.
You're not supposed to say true. All right. Welcome to Hitman. All right. Those are our 3 challengers. Now, 2 of them are going to get a chance to go up against our champion in round 2. But we don't have to wait to meet our champion because here she is, Beverly Greenslade. Hello, Beverly. Good. Looking pretty today.
Thank you very much.
$15,000 victor?
Yes.
Are you ready to take on any 2 of these challengers?
Yes.
You are. Okay. In just a minute, we're going to be showing our contestants and you out there our first story. Now, Beverly, you'll be back watching it from off stage, so we'll see you after round 1, and we'll be seeing you right after this. Get on with our show. Now, I made you a promise that before we got to any of the questions, we'd give you all the answers, and I'm a man of my word. But all the answers are in the form of a story, and all the questions we ask are going to be based on that story, the story of TV commercials, and now a short word. Have you ever heard the expression, there's no such thing as a free lunch? Well, there's no such thing as free TV either. If you want to watch network TV, you've got to pay the price and watch the commercial. And they have some interesting techniques to keep you watching. Back in the early days of TV, the sponsors did this by making themselves part of the show. Milton Berle's show was actually called the Texaco Star Theater, and the show always opened with service station attendants singing, "Tonight we may be showmen, tomorrow we'll be servicing your car." And Ted Mack, who hosted the original Amateur Hour, was brought to us by Geritol. They didn't let us forget it either. A sign which said Geritol was placed in front of the host for the duration of the show. The impact of advertising sometimes made celebrities of its announcers. In the 1950s, a model by the name of Betty Furness got a job closing Westinghouse refrigerator doors on TV. Betty became a nationally known figure in a matter of days. Her career of closing doors soon opened doors for Betty in the administration of President Lyndon B. Johnson. He appointed her chairperson of the President's Commission on Consumer Interests. But Betty Furness certainly wasn't the last beautiful woman used in TV commercials. If anything, women became even sexier. In 1966, a young lady named Gunilla Knudsen purred to men all over America, "Take it off, take it all off," while the tune, The Stripper, was being played in the background. Was she selling something obscene? No, she was selling Noxzema shave cream, and the man on the screen was taking off his beard. And speaking of taking off, National Airlines found that businessmen who fly a lot daydream of stewardesses. The result was a bunch of beautiful women appealing to businessmen to, quote, "fly me," unquote. It might have sent women's lib back a few years, but it sold tickets. Women have their fantasies, too. And sponsors have commercials which appeal to them. Ajax had their white knight making house calls. He was stronger than dirt. And Mr. Clean and the Jolly Green Giant were appealing oversized companions to women going through their daily chores without male help. Some commercials are simply designed to be entertaining, such as the Coca-Cola commercial featuring Pittsburgh Steelers football player Mean Joe Green. In that one, a small boy offered a tired football player his Coke. This 30-second commercial became so popular that a TV movie was made based on the relationship of the two characters. Now, with all this new insight into TV commercials, we bet that you can't wait until the next one comes on. Well, we'll be right back to our next commercial after this pause for a short game. That's our story on commercials. Now, our game is played in two very different rounds. In round one, our three challengers will be fighting it out amongst themselves in order to determine which two of them are going to go on to do battle with our reigning champion later on in round two. And we make that determination by running a little race. Now, whichever two of you crosses the finish line first will be the two who get to go on to meet our champion in round two. The third place finisher is out of the game. All right, everybody gets their hands on their buzzers. Here comes the first question. What company featured a football player in a commercial? Fred?
Coke.
Coke is right, and Fred moves up. In the shaving cream commercial, what? Patty?
SEMA.
What song? Oh, no. What song was played in the background? The Stripper. You jumped in early, took a chance, you were wrong. Okay, Patty, you got to sit out this next question because you were wrong. We'll turn the light out in your podium. We go to Patricia and Fred. Here's the question. Daydreaming businessmen were the target of commercials for what? Patricia.
National Airlines.
What airline? National's right. Patricia steps up with Fred. We bring Patty back into the game. Here's the next question. The original amateur hour is sponsored by who, Fred?
The original amateur hour was sponsored by Geritol.
By Geritol. He read the question and the answer. All right, Fred. Did both our jobs. Fred forges into the lead. Here's the next question. On Milton Berle's show, who always opened the show? Patricia.
Service station attendant.
Singing, right. Service station attendant, right. Patricia moves up even with Fred. Name the model who closed refrigerator. Patricia.
Knudsen.
Refrigerator doors on TV, Betty Furness. Betty Furness. Okay, Patricia, you got to sit this one out. We go to Fred and Patty. Here's the question. In the shaving cream commercial, what did the model purr? Fred.
Take it off. Take it all off.
Take it off. Take it all off. Right indeed. Fred is into the lead. Okay, Patty. What commercial was the basis for a TV movie? Patricia.
The Coke commercial.
Coke commercial's right. And Patty jumps back in the game and moves up even with Fred. I didn't have to tell you were back in the game. You knew and answered the question. All right. Here's the question for all three. Name an oversized companion to women. Patricia.
Mr. Clean.
Doing chores. Mr. Clean is right. And Patricia forges into the lead and puts herself one step away from being our first winner. This question could put you right into that winner's circle, and here it is. What cleanser is associated with the white knight? Patricia.
Ajax.
Ajax is right. And you're our first winner, Patricia. Congratulations. You are going to go meet the champion in round two. So you can contemplate that a while Fred and Patty fight it out to see who's going to join you. All right? Patty, if you're going to make a move, this is it, right? Okay. Here's your question, Fred and Patty. Betty Furness did commercials for what? Patty.
Westinghouse.
Westinghouse is right. Patty moves up. I'm not going to let Fred win it without a battle. You may take it. Okay, here's the next question. In the Coke commercial, name the football player, Fred.
Mean Joe Green.
Yes, Mean Joe Green is right, Fred. You ought to know that one. And that puts you one step away from being our second winner. Patty, if he gets this question correct, he's the second winner. All right, here it comes. What was the actual name of Milton Berle's show? Patty.
Texaco Theater, Star Theater.
Mexico Star Theater's right. All right, Patty, puts you two behind Fred. He's still right there near the finish line. This question puts him over if he gets it right. National Airlines found that businessmen daydream. Patty.
About stewardess.
About stewardess is right. Okay, Patty, good for you. Moving up on Fred, one behind him. In the Noxzema commercial, what was the man, Fred?
Shaving.
It was the man taking off his beard, Okay, Fred, you're wrong. You got to spit it out. Patty, this question is all for you. If you know the answer, buzz in. If you don't, just don't press your buzzer. That way you don't get penalized. Here's the question just for you. Name the TV model who later worked for a president.
Betty Furness.
Betty Furness is right. Okay, Patty. All the way down from the bottom, right up to the top. You are now even with Fred, both one step away from being our second winner. There can only be one second winner. This question could determine if it's Fred or it's Patty. And here it is. In the Coke commercial, who offered Mean Joe Green? Fred.
A little boy.
A little boy is right, and you're our second winner. Congratulations, Fred. A tough game. You're going to join Patricia in the fight against the champion in round two. Congratulations, Patty. You came from oblivion all the way up to the right next to it, and Fred just squeezed you out. But a great game. Thanks for playing with us. We've got some nice prizes for you. All right. We'll be back in a moment to see how our two challengers do battle against the champion in round 2 right after this. Okay, we're back for round 2 of Hitman, and we've got 2 winners already. Patricia, for coming in first in round 1, you've got yourself $300, and Fred, for coming in second, you have $200. All right. Round 2 is played entirely differently from round 1 because in this round, the challengers attempt to unseat the champion. Therefore, let's meet her one more time, our champion of 3 days, Beverly Greenslade.
Hello.
How are you, Beverly?
I'm feeling real good, thanks.
Real good. Okay, now, Beverly, what does Mr. Greenslade have to say about all this money you're bringing home?
Well, Mr. Greenslade didn't think I won the first day, and he had this little speech prepared about how nice it was for me to be on TV. And I said, well, how about 11,300?
That changed the speech a bit, huh?
You pick me up and carry me around?
Great. All right, well, let's see
really
if he changes his speech one more time today.
I hope so.
Okay. We're ready for round 2, and in round 2, we see a brand new story, and that is William Randolph Hearst, builder of an empire. Almost everyone has heard the expression, a man's home is his castle. This man took it one step further and made a castle his home. This is San Simeon, the home of publisher William Randolph Hearst. Mr. Hearst built it in 1919 at a cost of $50 million, and that was without aluminum siding. The main house had 100 rooms. Hearst's favorite was the dining room, and he kept all his favorite treasures there. Basically, we're trying to tell you that Mr. Hearst had dough. But where did it come from? Well, William Randolph Hearst was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth. It was more of a golden one. Bill's dad was a millionaire miner who spoiled his son. William's father, George Hearst, once said of his boy, when William wants cake, and he wants it now. So it's not surprising that when Bill asked Daddy to give him a newspaper, Dad gave him a newspaper. It was called the San Francisco Examiner, and it was so successful under young Mr. Hearst that he bought another paper in 1895. This one was the New York Journal, and he raided rival newspapers to staff it. The circulation of the journal grew steadily, but Hearst's popularity didn't. His top columnist, Ambrose Bierce, once said of his boss, the man has not a friend in the world, nor does he merit one. Sounds like Ambrose wasn't pleased with his Christmas bonus. But if Hearst didn't know how to make friends, he sure knew how to sell newspapers. And when the battleship Maine blew up in Havana Harbor, the Hearst machine swung into action. As he told one of his artists, you furnish the pictures, and I'll furnish the war. All this helped to furnish San Simeon later on. The Hearst papers drummed up all kinds of rumors about how Americans couldn't wait to avenge the Maine. One rumor was that Jesse James' brother, Frank James, offered to lead a company of cowboys in Cuba. The paper also reported that 600 Sioux Indians were ready to scalp the Spaniards. This was even news to the Sioux. With Hearst's help, the Spanish-American War had arrived. And his love life was about as honest as his newspaper reporting. He married Millicent Wilson on the day before his 40th birthday, no doubt realizing that before he could have extramarital activities, he'd have to get married. Sure enough, a few years after his marriage, he began an open affair with a Ziegfeld Follies girl named Marion Davies. Marion wanted to become a movie star, and Hearst was determined to help. He poured money into her films, but they were all flops. One film which wasn't a flop was Citizen Kane. It wasn't made by Hearst. It was about him, kind of. And it wasn't flattering. A friend of Hearst's, movie mogul Louis B. Mayer, even tried to buy the film from the producers so he could burn the negatives. Ironically, the film is considered to be one of the best movies ever made. If Mr. Hearst had made it, he might have even kept it with the rest of his treasures in the dining room at San Simeon. That's the story on Mr. Hearst, and of course, this is the board upon which we always play round 2. And Patricia, because you came in first in round 1, you get 4 hitmen, and here they are. And Fred, for coming in second, you get 3 hitmen, and here they are. Okay, and that's a total of 7. So to keep things nice and even, Beverly, we always give the champ 7 hitmen, and here they are. All right, in this round, the champion is going to fight each challenger one at a time. Players, a right answer knocks out an opponent's man, a wrong answer knocks out one of your own men. But when a challenger loses a man, he or she must stop playing while the champion then takes on the other challenger. The champion is trying to wipe out all the challenger's men. Each challenger is trying to wipe out the champion's last man. The winner of the game will get a chance to go on for a triple crown worth $10,000 in cash. All right, Patricia. Since you came in first in round one, you get to decide who goes up against Beverly first, you or Fred.
I'll let Fred take a chance.
Aha, Fred, the football player, is going to go up against Beverly. Let's see how he does. Beverly and Fred, here's your first question. Name the chorus girl with whom Hearst had Beverly.
Marion Davies.
Had an open affair. Marion Davies is right. Fred hits and loses a man. And we jump back over to Patricia. You didn't have to wait long, Patricia. Here's the question. What war did Hearst help to start, Beverly?
Spanish American.
Spanish American's right. Patricia's hit, loses a man. Back over to Fred. Seesaw battle. Here we go. What is the name of Hearst's home, Fred?
San Simeon.
San Simeon's right. Can't hit, loses a man. Name the newspaper which William's father, Fred.
The San Francisco Examiner.
Gave to him. Examiner's right. Can't hit, loses another man. According to Hearst papers, what tribe of Indians is ready, Beverly?
Sioux.
To fight the Spaniards. Sioux's right. Fred's hit, loses a man. Down to his last. We jump over to Patricia with his 3 hit men against the champ's 5. And here's the question. What was Hearst's favorite room at Patricia?
Living room.
San Simeon dining room. Dining room. That means Patricia's hit, loses a man. Back over to Fred. Fred, you're like a lone safety way out there in the defense. And if Beverly answers this question correctly, you're out of the game. Here it comes. What was the first name of William Hearst's father, Beverly?
George.
George is right, and Fred is out of the game. Okay, Fred. Let's see what Patricia can do against Beverly. She's got 2 hit men against Beverly's 5. And here's the question. Name the film which was about Hearst, Patricia.
Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane is right. Can't hit, loses the man. Down to 4. Where was Marion Davies performing with Hearst, Patricia?
Ziegfeld Follies.
Right. Began an affair. Ziegfeld Follies. Champ down to 3 hit men. Hearst told his artist, you furnish the picture. Patricia.
I'll furnish the war.
Yes, indeed, is right. What a run at the champ. Beverly's down to 2 hit men, and so's Patricia. We got a battle on our hands. Here's the next question. What was the name of William's second newspaper, Beverly?
Oh, the Journal.
No, you didn't beat it. I'm sorry. It's the New York Journal. You're hit and lose a man. Patricia, you are in an enviable position, and that is that if you answer the next question correctly, you will be the new champion. Here is the question. Who said the man has not a friend in the world, Beverly?
Hearst.
Right, okay. That means Patricia's hit and loses the man. Now we got one-on-one. A one-on-one battle. Patricia, if you answer the question correctly, you become the new champion. Beverly, if you get it correct, you stay as the champion. Here is the question. San Simeon cost how much to build? Patricia.
$50 million.
$50 million is right, and you're the new champion. Congratulations, Patricia. Right down to the wire. Terrific win. Beverly, you played every one of them close to the vest. You got right down to the last one as close as you can get. You got $13,300. I hope you're going to go away with a big smile on your face.
Thank you.
I can see you are. You've been a great champ. Thanks for being with us. And Fred, you got yourself $200 for round 1. I thank you for being with us. And champion Patricia, you're going to have an opportunity to go for our triple crown for $10,000. In just a moment, we're going to see just how well Patricia does right after this.
If I used an ordinary piece...
It's time for our triple crown. And Patricia, you came out of nowhere to win the round 2. Let's see how you do with this one, okay?
Okay.
All right, it's going to last 60 seconds. On that board over there, you see 8 columns, and each column is a number of circles. For example, in column 4, there are 3 circles. Now, you call out a column, and I'll read you a question based on either of the 2 stories you've heard today. If you're right, you'll change the first circle in that column into a money man, and I'll read you another question. And I'll continue to read you questions until you've changed every circle in that column into a money man, or until you make a mistake. Now, if you make a mistake or pass on a question, you've got to call out another column, all right? You fill up 1 column with money men, you win $1,000. You fill up 2 columns with money men, you win $2,000. And finally, you fill up 3 columns with money men, and you win $10,000 in cash. But, Patricia, you're not going to see how many circles are in each column, because we're going to turn your back to the board and keep it there for the entire game, as it is now, and we're going to set the board pattern, okay?
Okay.
Set the board. All right, the game and the clock will begin when you call out your first column. And Patricia.
Column 1.
1. What slogan was used by National Airlines?
Fly me.
Right, there's your first column. Another.
3.
3. Hearst married the day before which birthday?
40th.
Right. Who was stronger than dirt?
Ajax, twice an
Right. Name Hearst's top columnist.
Ambrose Bierce.
Right. Betty Furness did TV commercials in what decade?
50s.
No, another column.
2.
2. Name the battleship which blew up.
Maine.
Right. What did George Hearst do for a living?
Minor.
Right. Name the woman in the shaving cream commercial.
Knudsen.
Right. There's your second column. Call another. 4. Who hosted the original amateur hour?
Ted Mack.
Right. Hearst built San Simeon in what year?
1919.
Right. Mean Joe Green plays football for what team?
Steelers.
You're right. That's $10,000. Congratulations. How do you feel? Rick? You okay? I asked Patricia how she felt, and she said, Rick. Can't say it better myself. $10,000. Congratulations. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, congratulations for picking up $10,000 for a grand total of $10,300. And what's even more amazing, we asked you a question on Betty Furness when she did commercials, and you responded the 50s. We said you were wrong. You were right. We were wrong. Thankfully, you won the money anyway, so you'll be back, and we will too. See you on Hitman. Bye-bye.
Come to our players to see with generous supply of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Tender and juicy bite after bite of Kentucky Fried Chicken. We do chicken right. Also, Elmer's School Glue, the perfect glue for school projects using paper, cloth, and wood. Safe and washable from Elmer's, America's can-do glue. Plus, infants only, toddlers only, boys only, girls only. Dress your child the only way. And smart-looking styles designed for kids only. Hitman is a Jay Walford production in association with Metromedia Video Productions. This is Rob Roddy speaking.